First of all, I'd like to thank our Almighty God for giving us this wonderful time. And I'd like to thank our EGF, our brothers and sisters, for giving me this opportunity. And the topic that I got today is something it's very new to me and never heard of. We have never heard in our church as well. We have never been taught about this. So this is like very new to me. So like even when I was preparing this, it was a little difficult for me. So if my sharing if this is not up to your expectation, then please forgive me. And if you find something, then I hope we will learn together and apply it in our daily lives. So when we hear earn, spend, and give, so of course we will be talking about money, because we earn money, we spend money, we give as well. So when we talk about earn, spend, and give, we'll be talking about money, of course. So have you ever heard of the term saying money comes around, money revolves around the world? And there's also another saying, money makes the world go round. So in a sense, this is true in some way, because when you have money, you can have everything you want. You can have everything you need. You can have all the luxuries. You can have all the good vehicles, all the good gadgets. Anything that you want in this world, you can have. You can possess if you have the money. And this is exactly why, and this is also exactly why money becomes very dangerous. So when you are earning, you need to have the wisdom. You need to have the financial wisdom. So money can give you anything you want, that also becomes very dangerous. And while you have this, because money can give you the illusion of the power, it will give you the adventure that you want in life, luxuries, anything. So money can be very dangerous. And also because we are human, and our worldly desire, the human the things that we human desire, that thing leads to sin. The greed that leads to sin. So we are here, and we are here in this world for a short period, for a short while. And when money takes control in our life, it becomes very dangerous. So, and then we have this another misunderstanding that money is sin. So this is another misunderstanding that we have. Money is a sin. Money is sinful. But in a sense, but the truth is, money in itself is not a sin. So we see in the Bible, 1 Timothy chapter 6 verse 10. In here we see, for the love of money is the root of all kinds of evils. So money is not evil, but here in the Bible it's clearly written, the love of money. For the love of money is root of all kinds of evils. So it is through this craving that some have wandered away from faith and pierced themselves through many paths. So money is not a sin, but the love of money can lead you to sin. So we need to know this difference. And we have different people have different opinion on money. We as Christians. So there's one group of people. Some people think that all the Christians, everyone who believes in God will be rich. So there are some people who think that way. If you believe in God, if you keep your trust in God, God will bless you abundantly and you will become rich. So there's one understanding. And then there's another group of people that thinks that, another group of Christians who thinks that, no, to be a rich is a sin. Christians should not be rich. It is worldly. It is a worldly desire. It is a worldly pleasure. And being rich will drive you away from God. And being rich is a sin. So there's another group of people who thinks that way. But then, and also another group of people who thinks that it is God who should and who will decide who he will bless financially. So it is upon God For him, it is God, for him to decide whom to bless financially. So there is like three different understanding when it comes to money. So there's three things. But what does the Bible say about money? Is it okay for a Christian to be rich? Is it okay for a Christian to be rich? Of course, it is okay, because in the Bible, when we look in the Bible, there are so many people whom God has blessed abundantly, like Jacob, Joseph, Abraham, Job, Philemon. So like there are so many people God has blessed, and they have enough in their lives. So being rich is not a sin, but being rich is not a sin, especially if you work hard for it. If you work hard, if it is something that you earned with your hard labor, then it is not a sin. But if it depends on how you have become rich, because there are so many people in this world who takes people's money and become rich. So if you're rich by taking people's money, by taking people's rights, then of course this is sin. But if you are rich with your hard labor, by working hard, then it is not a sin. It is God that has blessed you for your hard labor. So, and also the Bible is against laziness. If in the Bible it's written in Galatians chapter 6 verse 7, you will reap what you sow. So if you sow hard labor, you will reap your reward, and if you sow laziness, you will reap poverty. So we need to ask yourself, the wealth that we have, when you long for money, what do you want to do with the money? Why do you need money? So the motives behind, your intention behind it, that will decide. So when we talk about money, because somebody told me that when we talk about money is nothing but it is just a medium of exchange. So money is just a medium of exchange between you and the things that you want. So you want certain things in your life. You need food. You need food, clothes, shelter, and money is and the only way to get you is money. But again, sometimes we fail to understand that there are certain things that not only money can give you. Of course, we need money to get certain things in life, but money should not be the only things. Money should not control your life. You need to try to think of creating yourself the things that you need. Most of the time, when we grow up, we have been taught that we were never taught to work hard and to create something for your own self. Like especially with our society, we always try to earn money, and then but never thought of producing something by ourselves. Say for example, when we have to buy clothes, the clothes that we use, the wraparound that we use, we always focus on buying yarn. I need to have money to buy the yarn. But we never thought of, or we were never taught that okay, if you want to make this wraparound, you can make your own yarn, you can produce your own yarn, and produce your own wraparound. So, but we were never taught to create something, but we were always, from our childhood, we were always taught to only chase after money, but we were never taught to produce something by ourselves. So when we and then earning, when we say earning, we should not always run for money. Why I say that is because in our life, now after you're graduating, after some times you will be earning, and when we are looking for means of earning, for means of income, there are some of us who only do the job only for the money. But when we need to do what we love. There's a very good advice given by one celebrity. He says he never do things for the love of money, but whatever he is doing, he do it because he loves the job. He loves doing it, and also he says, if you do what you love, if you focus on doing what you love, then money will. One of the things that will follow is money. So if you focus on doing what you love, and if you love your job, then money will of course follow. And that's the reason why it is so important to do the things that you love and what you are good at. So now is a very crucial time for you to identify what you are good at, what you are interested in, what do I want to do in my life. So like when we say, for example, when we do Bill Gates, we all know Bill Gates is one of the richest men in this world. And Bill Gates, he did not create the Microsoft to become a billionaire. When he created the Microsoft, okay, I will create this and I will become a billionaire, I will become rich, I will have lots of money. No, that was not his motive. But why he created this in the first place is because he loved doing it. He loves computer, he loves working in computer, and that's how he grew. And money it just follows. So his first aim was not to earn, but he focused on what he loves doing it, and that his passion gives him the money. So we need to know this difference. And now I'm not saying that you'll become a billionaire if you do what you want, but then like if you have the satisfaction in your job, you will have a peaceful life. So that is also very important, because our mental health is very important. Now there are so many people, parents, there are so many students, so many youths, and they themselves, they want to become a doctor because doctor earnings is very good. They think that doctors, they earn a lot of money, so I have to become a doctor in order to get a lot of money in life to become rich. But then, if you want to become a doctor, okay, it's a good thing. You want to heal people, you want to take care of the sick, and then you become a doctor. But do not become a doctor because you want to be rich, because if you want to become a doctor, when you go for a doctor, there are certain things that you need to do. You need to dedicate, you need to study a lot, and you have to sacrifice a lot of things in life. So, but then, if it is something that you love doing it, then you will not mind sacrificing your sleep. You will not mind those studying sleepless nights. You will not mind doing that. You will not mind sacrificing it. But if it is something that you are doing it only for the money, if you only focus on money, then it becomes a burden, and that can also lead to a depression. But if it is something that you love, at the end of, even if the work is tiresome, even if the job demands so much labor, but at the end of the day, you will be satisfied that okay, yeah, I love this job. This is something that I really wanted to do. Then you will have this content in life. So that's why, like, when we look for a job, do not only focus on money, but you need to know for sure that this is something that I really want to do, and money will follow. And earning and working and earning, it's a very simple process. We all know if I do certain things, working is the most natural way to earn. So if you work, you will earn. So this is like a simple process, an easy process. But then what gets more complicated is spending. So spending, even I myself, like sometimes we spend more than what we earn. Or sometimes we spend more than what we earn. Like you see something that you like, you buy it, and then but then at the end of the day, you will not have anything again, and you will regret. But you cannot take it. You cannot take it back. You cannot bring back that moment again. So John Hagee, he said, since my money is God's money, every spending decision I make is a spiritual decision. So we as Christians, when we are earning, and whatever we are earning is also, we need to know that it's through God's blessing. So it belongs to God, and then when I make, even if I spend, it has to be spiritual decision as well. So according to John Hagee, spending decision I make is a spiritual decision. And another person, James W. Frick, he said, Don't tell me where your priorities are. Show me where you spend your money, and I will tell you what they are. So in the Bible, in Deuteronomy 8:18, it said, "Remember the Lord your God, for it is He who gives you the ability to produce wealth." So the Bible says that we need to spend less than what we earn, because being content with what you have is a pathway to peaceful living. We human, in natural, we are never satisfied with what we have. So first, in order to have a peaceful life, we need to be content with what we have. So I think for now, just imagine our life. So we do not have anything, like we have everything that we need. We have food on our table, we have a dress to cover ourselves, we have a shelter. So that's the most basic thing that we human needs. But then our human needs, we want the fanciest car, we want the most updated gadgets. So those are luxuries and those are wants. And then if you are able to get yourself, if you are earning up to that level, then it's okay. But then if you focus on getting that from more than what you earn, then that can also lead you to that greed can lead you to sin, and it becomes a burden in your life. And some people, because when they try to chase too much, they borrow money from people and then they cannot give back, so that becomes a big burden in life. So when you're content, you can also avoid overspending that may not be of use to it. So for example, especially us girls, say the most common example that we can relate to, I think, is we girls. Now there are a lot of online shop on Instagram, Facebook. So since the pandemic, I think we see a lot of online shop coming up, and it's just a how to say, when you just press it and then you can get it. So shopping has become that easy right now. And as soon as you open your phone, there are so many online shops. As soon as you open internet, like there's multiples of online shop, and then you will be just like scrolling and scrolling. We see new dresses, and then there's so many influencers are there wearing updated, like the most new trends coming up, and then we want to keep up with that. But we do not try to understand the reality. Why they wear is because most of the influencers they earn doing that. They earn promoting the brands. But we will just like drool over them, and then even if we do not have money, even if our parents don't have enough money to afford that, we will like keep on nagging, and then we will try to get that. So this is also another problem that we have. So even in the Hebrew it says, keep your lives free from the love of money and be content with what you have, because God has said, never will I leave you, never will I forsake you. So this spending is one thing that we need to be very wise, and that what we need to know is never spend more than what you earn. So this is the thing that we all need to know, and I need to know. And when it comes to giving, so when we are getting so much from God, literally everything that we have, is from God. It is through God's blessing. Even the right now that we are able to breathe, that we are breathing from the day we are born till today, till this moment, we are breathing, and that is only through God. And we are breathing, we are taking every single breath we are breathing right now, we are living, is only because there is someone above who is allowing us to do that. And once he is fed up, okay, this guy is enough tech, and then once he press the button of your life, then we'll be dead, we'll be lying dead. So, and that's the reason why we need to count ourselves blessed each and every moment. Forget about all the material thing that, okay, I don't have car, I want that car, but God did not give me. I want that phone, but God did not give me. But forget about all those material things. But then just focus on what you have, like that you are alive today, you are able to be with your family, you are able to see your parents. Even that should be more than enough to be grateful to God. And when we talk about giving, so earn and spend we have done, and now coming to giving. So when we say giving, we as a Christian, the first thing that comes to us, and which is also mandatory for all Christians, for all the church goers, is giving your tithe, 10 tithe in the church. I hope you all are aware of tithe, right, in the church. So tithe or tenth. When we talk about giving, we cannot. When we talk about giving, as a Christians, we cannot ignore this. We cannot ignore tithe, because even in the Bible, God has clearly said that like the 10th portion of your earnings belongs to Him. It belongs to Him. So in Malachi chapter 3 verse 8, He said, "Should people cheat God? Should people cheat God? Yet you have cheated me." But you ask, "What do you mean? When did we ever cheat you? You have cheated me, the tithes and offerings due to me." So in those days, God was not happy with the people of the Malachi days. So maybe like the people of Malachi those days, even us now, maybe we fear of losing what we have worked so hard to get the thing that we have, that we do not think, or we fear of giving away our portion of our earning to just like that. We fear that, okay, I have worked so hard for this, why would I just give away the 10th portion of my earning? Why would I just give away? So some people might think that way also. So, but then in the Bible it clearly says in Luke chapter 6 verse 38, "Give and you will receive." So God has clearly said that God give and you will receive. So after God clearly says that, but then again, if we still fear that we will lose of what we have earned if I give away the tithe, then we are misjudging God. So giving a tithe is a kind of like you are putting your trust in God with your life. Like, I rely on Him, I trust in Him fully. So that's how you show your trust in God, by giving a 10th tithe. And also if we go down to Malachi chapter 3 verse 10 to 11, it has clear that over there God has assured of He will give abundantly, He will take care of your crops. So God has clearly written in the Bible, said in the Bible. And tithe is not something that introduced in the modern days, or it is not something that is introduced recently. But it has been going on since the Old Testament. Abraham did the first 10th offering to Melchizedek. But even before that, during Cain and Abel, when the harvest time came, they made an offering to God. But then again, when we look into this, when Cain and Abel made an offering, God was not happy with Cain. But it does not mean that He did not accept Cain's offering. But then why God was not happy with Cain is because of his motive. He was not happy, and he was not not happy giving away his portion of harvest to God, and he was clearly not honest with it. So God evaluates both our motives and the quality of what we offer Him. So when we offer Him, we try to give the best to God. But then again, we think that God will not know. So, and then some people they just give the portion that they don't like to God, and then keep the best ones for themselves. So there we lose honesty, and genuinity is not there. Because and why we need to give? God has blessed us. God has blessed us with so many good crops, and so God wants us to give Him back cheerfully. He wants us to give Him cheerfully. He wants us to be happy when we give Him. For example, there are some people who do farming in someone's land, like you do not have land, and then some people allow you to do farming in his land. So when you do earning, when you grow crops in His land, for sure you will have to give a part of your produce to the landlord. That's how you show your gratitude to the landlord. And in the exact same way, God has blessed us with so many things. So as a sign of showing gratitude, we give back to Him. And also, we need to know the difference between tithe and offering. Tithe is the 10% of your income, which is mandatory, compulsory for every Christian to offer in your local church. But offering is again different. The 10th is the first thing that you need to give. So, for example, when the month has come to an end, you received your salary. Then the first thing you need to do is give the 10% of your income for God. Then you have your basic home needs to do, your requirements, and then after that, if you still have the surplus, if you're still able to give, then you can give it. So that is an offering. So 10 tithe should not be mixed with offering. So I have given my offering, I don't need to give 10 tithe, so you cannot do like that. So 10 tithe and offering is definitely completely two different things. And then 10 tithe, why 10 tithe is important is 10 tithe, we always say that it belongs to God. So with 10 tithe, we have always been told that this 10 tithe belongs to God. But in reality, the truth is, God does not need our money. It's not like the 10 tithe that we give out, God will come and take it. No, it's not like that. But why we need to give 10 tithe is we need to support our pastors. So church cannot run without, or any church or any administration or any organization cannot run without money. So the 10 tithe that you give is you are supporting your pastor. So pastor, what they do is they take care of us, they take care of our spiritual, they lead us into, they preach. So they guide us spiritually, the pastor, they guide us spiritually. So the 10 tithe that we give is required to support your pastor and for your church, for our church, to actively run as a church by helping others, because church is a body that also helps the needy, and with your 10 tithe, church is able to do that. So when we give our 10 tithe, it's okay, God, if I'm giving 10 tithe for someone only, for this church clerk, for the pastors. But then we need to know that the church clerk and the pastors, they are working for God, they are working for us. So we are supporting them. So when we give 10 tithe, it's not for money, like literally not for God, but for us only. It is for our own benefits that we give our 10 tithe. And also it encourages giving 10 tithe or giving offering. It encourages a grateful and generous spirit that can help steer us away from being greedy or loving money too much. And also some people think that if we give our 10 tithe regularly, we can win God's favor. No, that is also another misunderstanding. Like even if you are giving your 10 tithe, but your heart is not there. If you do not give your heart, if you are not giving it cheerfully, okay, I'm giving this 10 tithe for God, like happily, cheerfully, that you're giving it for God. If you do not have your heart, if you're just giving it money, but it's empty, we do not need to earn God's love. God already loves us. He already loves us. He is just like ever ready, waiting for us to come to Him anytime. Like even in the song it's written, "Come as you are." So 10 tithe is not a way. We cannot think that okay, if I give 10 tithe, God will favor me. No, but even if you give your 10 tithe, if your heart is not there, there's no point. So when you give, you need to give cheerfully. So this is also very important. You never spend more than you earn, and give to God, give back to God cheerfully.